Armament fusion complete, don't need ready to summon. The time is now, except for you it probably shouldn't be, right? Sit on his fragments for a while, summon your Donny during something like a champion chase or during a CVC, and get some free points for summoning Donatello. Don't do what I'm doing, and certainly don't do this. Yup, we're doing it again, boys. We are maxing up another champion extremely quickly using kegs and everything, and just being very, very inefficient about this. Oh, sending champions outside of CVC costs me such deep pain. But nothing hurts more than doing this. Oh god, just do it. Just don't think about it, right? Just let it happen, right? It's for the video. It's for the bros on YouTube, Gob. Come on now. Woo, we made it. And now that that's all over with, let's build a Donatello. Oh, it's not all over with. Oh god, just pay the gems quickly. Okay, we gotta do his masteries as well. Oh, Plarium. Please, can I just have a test server account, man? This is agony. Well, as that old song goes, man, you can't always get what you want, can you? Hey, if you're looking to start off a new raid account yourself, man, and get all kinds of free stuff, when you do it, make sure you use the beginner promo link that is down below this video to create that new raid account, man. Click on the link down below this video on laptop or PC and use that link to create your new account, man, to grab Basilius Uranus as your day 1 stat legendary champion, a few free epic champions as you level up your account, man. Michelangelo is the free Logan reward legendary, and even Thorlin Foulbeard on day 1 of your new raid account by entering beginner code Demon Slayer as soon as you're done with the tutorial on that account, man. Alright, dudes. Donatello, what's he all about? Incredible support champion in terms of his kit. I'm saying that based on just first impressions, not testing him yet. His A1 heals all allies by a percentage of Donatello's max HP, as well as instantly activating one random continuous heal buff on all allies. On his A2, he brings attack all enemies. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. Decrease the cooldown of all allies' skills, except this champion's by not 1, but 2 stinking turns. Very good. This skill's cooldown cannot be decreased by the cooldown decreasing effects. Okay, fine. Also places an increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns as well. This is a void legendary quality skill, as far as I'm concerned. This is very good. This is very, very good. And then as for the A3, remove all debuffs from all allies, so he brings some cleanse. Place continuous heal buff and a strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns, and also fail allies 10 meters by 20%. On his passive, he ally attacks in whenever one of the other turtle nerds attacks in. And whenever an ally is about to receive a fatal hit, this champion prevents that ally's death and keeps them alive with 1 HP, then equalizes that ally's HP. The HP level of that ally is brought up to the average HP level of the team. I think that's percentage based. 410 cooldown. Okay, I'm gonna speculate on a few possible item builds that you could go with Donatello right now at the start of the video, man. Not like, you know, it's typical content creator practice to put that information at the end of the video, man. Force people to watch and all of that, you know. But you know what, we'll save masteries, relics, that kind of thing for a bit later on. I think the gear builds are very important to get to straight away. Why? Donatello, first of all, brings multiple unique buffs. Continuous heal, strengthen, and increased speed. He could actually be a candidate for a protection set for basically any champion in the game that brings like 3 or more buffs to the table, 3 or more unique buffs to the table that the team otherwise wouldn't have. 9% protection is incredible. 75% chance to place a protected buff, and allies deal 5% more damage per each buff placed by the wearer, meaning just a 15% team-wide damage buff coming from Donatello and his 3 unique buffs if you've got 9-piece protection equipped. Is 9-piece protection sort of the best fit for Donatello? I'm not so sure about that. I think you're probably better off building your Donatello based around getting more value out of this A2 skill, right? This attack all enemies. The cooldown decrease of all ally skills by 2 turns is huge, but this thing is stuck on a 4-turn cooldown, and so for me, some of the best builds you can look to make on your Donatello are going to be the following. Build that looks a little bit like this, man. Taking advantage of the Relentless set. I'm pretty sure that Donatello's A2 cannot have its skills cooldown decreased by the Reflex set. I don't know that 100%, but by the way this tooltip reads, it sounds to me like any other cooldown decreasing effect cannot reduce the cooldown of this A2, and so Reflex set won't cut it. I believe you've got to go in for the Relentless set. An 18% chance of getting an extra turn on Donatello is massively valuable for effectively sort of, well, just reducing the cooldowns of all of his skills, you know? The faster your Donatello is chewing through his turns, the more of his A2 he's going to get this off through the course of longer fights and stuff like Hydra and stuff like that. It's also not that bad as well if he's just getting off more continuous heals because he's getting extra turns as well. And so, yeah, this is the build that we've got the Donatello in. We're also taking advantage of 3 pieces of Chronophage gear for the extra speed boost. By the time you're watching this video, like a week or so after it's gone live on the channel, The chronophage set might have already been buffed, in which case you would only need 2 pieces of chronophage gear to get another speed boost, but I'm kind of just shoehorning it in there right now for the extra speed boost. Same thing with pinpoint gear as well. Speed is absolutely key on Donatello. You do not need accuracy for any part of his kit at all, which is a bloody luxury when building out a support champion like this. You just build him fast. Our final build is coming in at 276 speed on our Donny, 82k health, bit low on the defense, but that's a lot of bloody health. I think he'll be just fine. Speeds are just looking very, very good, and that's all we really give a damn about. Now, if you don't have good access to high speed roll relentless gear on your account, frankly, just good speed gear will do just fine. As long as you're taking care of the HP percent, the defense percent, and your Donatello isn't a bloody pushover that's going to die instantly, then you should be fine. I will say that when it comes to things like accessories and your chest piece and stuff like that, lean more towards HP percent over defense percent if you can. HP percent is going to be slightly more valuable on your Donatello compared to defense percent because of his AO1 healing all allies by 5% of Donatello's max HP. So the more HP he has, the more effective this little mini heal is. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but yeah, it's just something to consider, and so Relentless set for me would be the best one to lean into. When it comes to Donatello's relic, and before we get into testing Donatello, we'll cover his relics and we'll brush over his masteries real quick. I just slammed him in a journal, bro. Journal of Necrotos is great. This is a great little relic. It's only rare quality, nice and accessible, HP defense, whereas heals and 10 meter increase effects applied to allies are boosted by 15%. Donatello brings both heals and 10 meter fill. He's a great fit for this happy little relic, and he doesn't need much more than that. In my view, you can slam like a legendary on him of some description if you want, but he'll do just fine with a journal, and yeah, good stuff. As for his masteries, ooh. So the cool thing about Donatello is that you can completely ignore the support tree altogether. Well, I mean, you could go into it for some like bonus healing and stuff like that, but it's not required for accuracy, right? Which is like the main reason people go into the support tree, I feel, is to bolster their accuracy. Whereas Donatello, you can just go into the defense tree following a path similar to, or exactly like to the following, just decreasing damage that your Donatello receives, getting increased defense buffs, some debuff cleanse off of himself there, delayed death, reducing the damage this champion receives from a specific enemy by 0.75% on each hit taken by that enemy is going to be quite useful. We can also give him the chance to counterattack if he loses a bunch of health, which is just going to be more healing on his A1. He's got a very strong A1, so counterattacks that we get in are going to be quite good, and we can also get extra counterattack chance with deterrence as well. And then very standard, we can make our way down the offense tree right here, just until we grab War Master for just a little bit of extra damage source from Donatello. Going back in for either Heart of Glory and Life Drinker, or you can dip back on across to the defense tree and go for something like Rejuvenation, increase the amount of healing this champion receives by 5%, just a bit of extra survivability there. I think I'm going to keep it pretty standard with my Donny and just go for the standard little square block and the offense tree right here. When it comes to our final spend in the middle tier right here, for me, I quite like the Sound of Solidarity, increasing ally resistance by 5 for each buff placed on them by this champion. Donatello does bring 3 buffs in total, so 15 res across your entire team just from a mastery sounds pretty good into Hydra for me, and so that is what my mastery is going to look like on my Donatello build, at least. But I do also see a world that exists where maybe you would want to dip into like the left side of the support tree instead of the offense tree, and actually pick up things like just increased healing and stuff like that, and you know, you could totally go down that path as well, but this is the build we are going to be trialing. And now to take out Donatello in a test drive, where the only instruction I'm going to set up in my Hydra C team right here is slotting him in while prioritizing the crap out of his A2. That's it. That's all he's trying to do here. I guess I'll go ahead and I'll set this one to blah, blah, blah. This is the squad that we're going to be using him in. It's got some really premium champs in there. Warmaster Athorian, although he's not awakened, so there is that. But Warmaster Athorian is like a great champ to bring alongside Donatello as a damage dealer option, because he brings a big enemy max HP smack on his A2. Attack all enemies, places block buffs, decrease attack, as well as deals damage based on enemy max HP. So this is the kind of skill that we are we are looking to reduce the cooldown of this skill. as fast as humanly possible and as many times as possible and just get more damage out of our Wallmaster, given he's like the only real damage dealer on the squad. Archer Queen's obviously premium as hell as well. We've got some budget-ish options in there as well. Estrid was a fusion champion, and the Ugo is about as accessible as it gets. I've actually just made a mistake setting up Donatello. We actually don't want him to open with the A1 necessarily. That would actually be kind of bad because then he's decreasing the cooldown of nothing, you know, for a lot of guys in the team, so that's probably not great. Let's just have him open with his A2 instead, but then prioritize the A1 and just see how he does. No idea how this team is going to function, by the way. It's not well optimized. It would be a lot better if we had a couple of damage dealers on the squad, but let's just see how it does alongside the Wallmaster Authorian, right? Who's going to attack in just a second. Here he goes, and the Wallmaster's by far like the biggest damage dealer on the squad. In fact, wait a minute. Oh god. Oh! I pulled the gear off the Wallmaster, dude. Oh my god. I switched onto my Ethelyn for farming the event dungeon recently. Okay. I thought that damage seemed a little bit low, bro. Okay, let's do over, man. Do over. Okay, so the Donny is just right here, just off to the right side of our screen. Little invisible turtle. We're going to be looking for, of course, any kind of extra turn pops that he gets. The Wallmaster's going to pop his big damage here, and now basically dealing double the damage that he did before. And then instantly, the Donny is going to, ideally, reset the cooldown now. Bam! Reset the cooldown of all of the Wallmaster's skills, so instead of waiting around now for a couple turns to get off his big smack all over again, he should be able to self-buff and just go again instantly with his A2 skill in just a sec. There it is. Bam, bam! Another huge chunk of damage, and this is how... This is what I'm talking about. I think that more than any of the turtles, actually, Donatello has this potential to not necessarily have to be played alongside turtle teammates, you know, turtle power and all that, right? I'm sure that when they come together, they can do incredible things as well, and yeah, like the all turtle teams out there that I've seen on YouTube have been pretty damn good, like pretty damn extraordinary, but I think that Donatello really has that potential of just slotting into a team full of absolute badasses and Hydra specialists and stuff like that, and he can really go above and beyond. It's just the nature of champs that reset the cooldown on your team's skills, right? This is just what they do. They take busted champions in the game and make them utterly ridiculously mongoloidedly busted, like in the case of Wallmaster Authorian, which, again, my Wallmaster Authorian's not awakened and his team is not optimized, and I should really have like another damage dealer in here as well, because the damage total isn't that incredible right now, at least, but still, you can see how a Donatello can function in a team like this. And of course, the faster we get our Donatello around to just getting extra 10 procs as well from his Relentless set, which he doesn't get again just now, the faster he gets to use that A2 again and just keep the team firing. Oh, maybe this is the turn where it happens. Yep, he gets the extra turn, attacks in, decreases cooldown on everybody, and there it is, dude. Over the course of a longer fight, right, that's where the Relentless set is going to allow, again, your damage dealers to do stuff like Wallmaster's doing right now, you know. Yeah, longer fights, Relentless gear, but to be honest, it's going to be bloody good everywhere, let's be real. Especially when you consider you can get like multiple extra turns in a row, and you've got good speed boosters and 10-meter boosters around your Donatello as well, so yeah. This is the build. This is what I'd be using Donatello in, man. He might even just become like a permanent fixture in this team, to be honest, if I could figure out a way to maybe squiz an extra damage dealer in here somewhere. If I was to get like another damage dealer that could replace the Ugo, and like brings a AoE decreased defense or something like that, that could be a thing. I'll leave that theory crafting for a little bit later on, man. Now, another place you can also use Donatello and get just some incredible value is going to be into the... I hope he's got high ratings. Okay, he's got pretty good ratings into Dragon's Lair with good reason. If you're going to use your Donny into areas like Dragon for his cooldown reset, which again is great on champions like Wallmaster, but also like Royal Guard, if you're still using Cold Heart into Dragon and the harder stages of Dragon, this can work on a Cold Heart as well, just decreasing the cooldown of all of your enemy max HP boss killer skills against something like Dragon, especially hard mode Dragon, is going to be very valuable. He also brings the Cleanse as well, don't forget about the Cleanse, into hard mode Dragon for just removing all of those poisons, all those nasty debuffs, and just overall speeding up your clear speed into Dragon, as long as he's using his A2 at the right time in the fight and you're setting up the team fight presets properly. I will say though, if you're going to use Donatello for like a speed kill team and stuff into Dragon, and you're going to use him as your cooldown reset champion for a use like that, more of like a niche use, really, Relentless gear will not fly, right? Very, very hard, actually impossible, really, to reliably set up team presets in such a way that your Donny is always going to use his A2 at just the right time in like a hard mode dragon team for resetting champion skills if he's randomly getting extra turns every now and again from a Relentless set, right? Relentless is kind of like the bane of setting up a very well speed-tuned team inside of Raid, and there's really nothing you can do about that. So Relentless for me would be great for just general content for Donatello, fantastic into Hydra, but if you're going to build him as more of like a niche champion, cooldown reset champion for a speed kill team, just stick to speed gear and get his speed tunings just right, and yeah. Just stay away from Relentless, basically. As for me and my Donatello, I think I'm going to leave him in this gear. I'm going to leave him untouched. That said, I did steal all of this gear out of Doom Priest's wardrobe. So she's kind of half naked right now. She's got a pair of gloves on and a club. That's all she's got going for her, right? She's just not great. So I'm going to have to find some different Relentless gear now. Or just some speed gear even, to put on my Doom Priest instead. But it's fair to say that Donatello is a pretty big hop up from the likes of a Doom Priest, and so he just deserves this high speed roll Relentless gear more than the Doom Priest does now. As much as I love Doom Priest, she is going to be relegated a little bit in the face of good old Donny. So that's what I'm building him, man. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree about the Donatello builds. How are you building your Donatello? Is he just in hand-me-down speed gear and stuff like that for now, maybe until you get a soul for the champion? Let me know down below, man, where you plan on using him more than anything. If you're looking to start off a new Raid account, man, get that done right now. On laptop or PC, click on the beginner promo link that is down below this video and use that link to create your new Raid account for all of the freebies that you see on screen right now. It's an incredible time to start a new Raid account, man, while Michelangelo is the free login reward legendary, but don't wait about. Michelangelo Chase is only going to be available to start on new accounts until October 30th. So get on your bike. Thanks for watching. I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.